Sarpedon, the son of Zeus and Laodamia, met his demise on the battlefield of Troy while he was fighting against the Greek forces. The one responsible for bringing an end to his life was none other than Patroclus, the close companion of the great warrior Achilles. As the two fierce warriors clashed in the heat of battle, it was Patroclus who ultimately delivered the fatal blow to Sarpedon, piercing him with a spear and inflicting a mortal wound. The confrontation between Sarpedon and Patroclus was a display of raw strength and skill on both sides. Sarpedon, a formidable warrior with divine lineage, fought with unparalleled ferocity and determination, seeking to fulfill his duty as a leader of the Lycian forces. On the other hand, Patroclus, driven by his desire to turn the tide of the war in favor of the Greeks, engaged Sarpedon in a relentless and unforgiving combat. As the battle raged on, Sarpedon and Patroclus clashed with a fervor that shook the earth beneath their feet. Both warriors displayed exceptional prowess in the art of war, each seeking to gain the upper hand over the other. The clash of their weapons reverberated through the air, and the fate of Sarpedon hung precariously in the balance. In a fateful moment, as the combatants locked eyes in a deadly dance of death, Patroclus seized the opportunity to strike. With a swift and calculated movement, he thrust his spear towards Sarpedon, aiming for a vulnerable spot in the Lycian warrior's armor. The force behind Patroclus' strike was unyielding, and the spear found its mark, penetrating Sarpedon's flesh and delivering a grievous wound. The pain that erupted from the wound coursed through Sarpedon's body, and for a fleeting moment, time seemed to stand still. As he felt the lifeblood draining from his body, the reality of his mortality dawned upon him. The son of Zeus, who had once stood proud and defiant on the battlefield, now faced the inexorable embrace of death. Glaucus, the cousin and fighting companion of Sarpedon, stood witness to the tragic turn of events. As he beheld the mortal blow that had been dealt to his esteemed kinsman, a deep sense of grief and anguish washed over him. Glaucus, who had fought alongside Sarpedon with unwavering loyalty, now found himself grappling with the harsh reality of loss. The sight of Sarpedon, once a formidable and indomitable figure, now racked with the agony of his mortal wound, stirred a tumult of emotions within Glaucus' heart. The bond that had bound the two warriors together in the crucible of war now resonated with a profound sense of sorrow and lamentation. Glaucus, in his anguish, lamented the loss of his cousin and comrade, mourning the untimely end of a warrior whose valor and prowess had been unmatched. As Sarpedon lay stricken on the battlefield, the gravity of his fate weighed heavily upon those who had known and fought alongside him. The echoes of his battle cries now faded into the somber silence of impending death, and the valor that had once coursed through his veins now waned in the face of mortality.